The fall 2023 season is among us. So we're not officially to winter yet, but Eric and I do anticipate that this is going to be a tricky one. This is a very cold climate where we moved to. We're anticipating some things to not go quite as planned, and we thought it would be really kind of fun to document this experience throughout the winter. So we will see on the other side and we'll see how things go.
September 4th, first generator problems of the season. Last night was the first time we hit below freezing, so 28 degrees. The little Honda died this morning. It wasn't doing good, doesn't like cold temperatures, so we had to start putting the box on there. She's running good now, but the Kohler, which is our most dependable generator, is having some issues. I tried to plug this one into the house while that one wasn't working, and it was tripping the little breaker on the GFCI right here, so I'm not sure if it's the house or if it's the generator, so I'm gonna plug something else into there and see what we got going on with this one. It doesn't seem like it's a generator. It seems like it's something that's going on with the house, which is weird because it runs perfect off both of our Hondas, and for some reason when I try to plug it into this one, that's going to be the first problem of the season, and this is going to be something that I have to figure out before we go into winter because we don't have a solar system set up and we're running the generators all winter long and we need our backups. What is going on?
That's going to really suck when both our generators fail.
Well, that's why we got 3.
We're getting some laundry done this morning. We had to do some troubleshooting because we had some sitting water in this washer wringer. Eric was able to get it going though, which is awesome. Probably the last time we're going to be able to use it this season. It was 18 degrees last night, or the tail end of September going into October. Get some of the stuff with some vinegar in the house, but I was able to
First. Oh, these are my pants?
Good morning, guys. Guess it's probably middle of the day by now. I'm walking out to feed the chickens a little bit of salmon. Our garlic is completely covered with snow. I just kind of wanted to touch base since we are in our winter now. We are mid-October and the snow fell probably, I think it fell like the first few days in October. We anticipated snow here in October, so I'm glad that we kind of know what we're doing. I think when it comes to snow removal, we have a few years of experience and we just get out here and kind of like tag team it together. So I think last time I was on the side-by-side and Eric was using the tractor and the snow machine to kind of pack some trails down. So far, we have not had really anything go wrong, and I am glad for that because we are barely into winter. I don't really think anything's gonna happen too badly until probably like middle of winter, so like December or January when it gets really, really cold. That's just what I'm anticipating because we've never experienced those sub temperatures that we're going to have here. So I assume something will not work properly. The chickens are doing good. We're doing good. Eric is doing maintenance on things as usual. He is just constantly always working on stuff around here, whether it's maintenance or whether it's fixing something. Right now he's doing the portable diesel heater that we have, or it's the one we have in the back of our truck, and it's been causing him some grief the last month or two. So we're trying to get that up and going. We want to do a grocery trip soon, and that's going to be kind of a necessity for us. But yeah, everything's good, and it's a beautiful day. Here you go.
It's that time of year, snow machine season, and we're getting them ready to take them out riding, and we've got some bad batteries. The Polaris needs a new battery. That one was really old. It's about 10 years old, and the Scandic needs a new battery. That one's only about 5 years old, so the cold is not easy on them. We're gonna put a new one in the Polaris. There we go. Moment of truth. we'll see if she fires up and we'll be ready for snow machine season. Okay, choker, it's cold. Well, we thought we fixed it. I don't know what's going on now. It started up with the key, and then I killed it. About a minute later, went to start again. It wouldn't start. We did find a blown fuse in here. I've had some wiring complications with this machine, but we'll put this new fuse in and we'll see if we can get it to fire up though. I don't know why it blew the fuse. Blew the fuse again. I know what the problem is. The voltage regulator is wired wrong. So it's wired good enough where we can still ride the machine. We just have to use the pull start. So that's how I'm gonna use it.
coming slowly but surely.
After chipping away all of the road ice off the trailer, I found the broken wire that was giving us grief. So we went and picked up a load of wood from our old place, and the trailer lights on this half of the trailer stopped working. It happens all the time, especially with this trailer. So I'm just gonna put a butt connector on there. The trailer will be good to go. Same trip, we had the diesel heater throwing a code. I'm getting pretty good at working on this thing. It was a new code. It was error number 9, which is either a glow plug, so this is a new glow plug we're gonna put in there, or a temperature sensor. This is also a new temperature sensor we're gonna put in there. Get these fixed up, we'll be ready for the next problem. That's the new one.
It's mid-November and we actually have our first problem. Eric and I are taking a trip, and unfortunately our trailer's just having some issues with one of the back wheels. It's frozen. So Eric's trying to figure out what we can do to make our trip still happen.
I don't know what to do. She wouldn't want to go, so the generator's frozen, so the generator's not working.
The generator you pulled in from the inside of the house?
This one?
From the inside of the house?
Yeah, it only lasts like 5 minutes actually. Gosh.
When you drive on it, will that heat it up, you're saying?
Only took a few minutes, beat it with a hammer and put some heat on it. We are back on the road. December 1st, we're starting up the tractor because we need to use it. It's -10 Fahrenheit out right now, and the tractor won't start. So we're gonna see if we can plug her in and get her to go. We're gonna do the block heater, the oil pan heater, or the oil pan pad, and then I'm also gonna throw a battery charger on the battery to kind of warm up the battery. And it's cold, so we also have to protect the generator. It doesn't like to run when it gets this cold, so we're gonna fire up the generator. I'm actually gonna cover it with this wheelbarrow to kind of keep the heat in there, and we'll see if that works. Let's give her half an hour, maybe an hour, and we'll see if she starts up.
Just walking on and stuff is so nice.
I got extra fuel. I'm gonna see if I can fit in here so I can fill this can up.
Probably been over 45 minutes.
Yeah, probably. good, doesn't it?
You guys can do that. Well, you gotta keep it cold.
I shut the well pump off, so it's not powering the well pump right now.
Got it.
For some reason, it's having a really hard time powering it.
No, it doesn't have to do with the cold at all, I don't think.
I mean, it's in that generator box.
It can't be a cold issue.
Generators.
Oh no.
Just,
So then it's not the well pump.
well, now it's doing something different. It's knocking to the side.
Are you sure that's gonna last, do you think?
No, I'm not sure at all.
I
So I'm
know.
calling that other one out. I'm gonna have to put that one in. I don't know what's going on. Let me try to.
It's just weird because it's been having problems for like a month now and it's slowly been getting worse. It doesn't seem really to get cold at all.
Let me put I think it's that generator. It's just a piece of crap. Let me turn on the well and see what happens. Not gonna do it.
That generator sucks.
It's not even cold.
It's not. It has to. I don't
It's like
think
it lost
good.
power or something. Like it doesn't have. Did you put salt in here?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I stirred it for you and added olive oil.
Thank you.
Do you know my guesses if I were to have to make a just guess? Because we've been using the generator for so long and you've been doing its normal maintenance, but now it is past that and there's probably something really wrong with it.
It's just worn out and old.
It's worn out and
It's
old
like a
after like
4-year-old
2 years.
generator. Let's see if going on this thing. Okay, back inside. This one's definitely not starting. That choke's vibrating. It'll be suffocating it a little. Let me tape it like I usually do. See how it's wanting to choke on its own. That's why I ordered those O-rings so I can fix that.
More generator problems, no surprise there. Hopefully we can figure it out. Not me, because I don't do anything for that.
Okay. Let's go turn the well on. See if that worked. I don't think it did though. Come on, baby. Give us some water. That worked really well.
You think it's just the choke rattling?
Maybe it was the choke.
It's the easiest fix in the world.
Because when the choke rattles a little, it cuts off how much air it's getting. So like it wasn't getting enough air.
Well, no, it's been doing that for about a month and a half.
And it's been loose for
That
about
was
a month.
the easiest fix.
I hope so. I hope that was it. Do the dishes. Yeah.
But then it's been getting worse and worse progressively, especially like yesterday.
Well, you know how
We started it like 5-6 times yesterday.
You know how I've replaced the choke? The
Yeah.
little lever? Now that has been worn so many times, it's not that's worn out, it's the
the
actual
O-ring.
piece on the carburetor. There's a little shaft that sticks up, and if you can't just replace it, you have to replace the whole entire carburetor.
I got news for you.
Okay.
The whole generator needs to be replaced.
I don't tell you. I mean, if
I didn't tell you. I never buy anyone again. You spend your own money on that generator. I'm gonna spend mine on something good that works.
you need like a 2,500 watt generator.
Just go bigger.
Yeah, 3,000.
Get a Yamaha.
I mean, it's fine if it burns more gas because honestly, this house needs a little bit bigger.
Decent? Sounds good.
Charging it, but it's not really charging it very much at all.
What does that mean?
Getting power to the inverter, it shows you right here, and that's why that light's on. So there's power coming into the inverter.
That generator's messed up.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. All of our generators seem to be messed up at the moment, but
I gotta try to fix the other one now. That one's not working.
Yeah, it's on now. It sounds like, right? Is it on?
Let's see, this should start climbing. It's not 1.9. Okay, there's something else going on there. It's not the generator. I think it's my connection and that plug or something.
All right, it is December and we are taking off on a trip to Fairbanks. Wanted to bring you along since it's a winter excursion. Clearly we've been having some trouble with our generators here at the cabin. We kind of always have troubles with generators, so I'll let Eric talk to you more about that because he's just still kind of trying to figure out what is going on exactly. So we're about to take off. It's a little bit later than we usually leave. We usually leave like 4 to 5 a.m. super early, and then we don't usually come back until after 8 p.m. I think our longest trip was actually much closer to 11 p.m. So these are really long days in Fairbanks, and they're generally supply runs, so usually we have our trailer. We don't have our trailer today, so it's always nice when you're traveling a little bit lighter. And we're mainly going for an appointment, so an appointment that I have that I scheduled a little while ago. We're gonna be bringing the dogs. We have to bring the dogs because of the sheer distance and time frame that we're gone. And they're gonna be riding in the back with the diesel heater because Bandit does better back there, but sometimes they do ride in the cab with us. So we're gonna hit the road. Are you ready?
I gotta turn off the generator and bring it inside.
Okay. I just have like 2 things to grab right here.
Huh. That's weird.
Somebody moved it, man.
That's weird. Well, it's 3 outside, 45 in here, 71 in the bed.
71.
That's weird. Okay, we got everything?
I think we're good.
Hello. Oh, there you go. Well, look at all the snow blowing in the back.
Oh no.
It's okay. Diesel heater's working great. I pumped it up to level 4 for us, or for the dogs, and I'm gonna try to put this blanket here to keep all the snow from blowing in there. First stop of the day, letting the dogs out for a minute here.
Bo's ready to go back in, he said.
Okay, Bo, come on. There you go. Get in there. It's something special.
He's shedding. Level 4, hon?
I think those lights make it worse.
They do.
Okay, we get to take a 20-minute nap before they open.
It's starting to get light,
Sound good?
isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Is that what you need?
I got the goods. Let's hit it. I got a road report. It says there's a couple of spots. Roads are icy, but other than that, you're good all the way to Fairbanks.
Dry as a bean?
Dry as a bone.
Dry as a bone.
A little bit of snow, but grippy.
Bones aren't dry though.
Okay, I got the mirrors. I got the gun boot holder.
Well, I think it is just after 2 p.m. and the sun is on her way out. We're halfway done with our errands. We just stopped at Costco. It was a whopping $402. Doesn't look like I got $402 worth of stuff. The most expensive thing, believe it or not, was the meat for Bandit. So when we come here, we do actually buy a lot of groceries for Bandit. So we're going to do a switcheroo. We're going to be putting all of our groceries back here so they can stay climate controlled, and then we're going to be swapping the boys inside the cab with us. What do you think, guys?
They're ready to come in. Just to let the men out.
Oh, morning.
Much needed rug. And a lid.
You can fit it all in one tote almost.
I think we can go to the generator or we can go to Freddy's. It's up to us.
You know, it's cool when we go to Freddy's, you can kind of get like dinner stuff if you want, like on the way out.
We can. You can even hit the firehouse up again if you want to. Smelling, yeah, he's smelling it.
Smelling the beef fat?
Smelling the fat. Santa Claus, here comes Santa Claus, right?
You can roll your window down too.
Yeah, honey, I'm driving. I'm not gonna stand telling me what to do. Cut people off. Low face, huh? 14 hours later, it is now 8:30 in the evening and we're just pulling in the drive. It was actually one of our quicker trips and we're tired, we're beat. We're basically gonna park the truck next to the house, unload everything in the back that could freeze, and we're gonna call it another safe, successful Fairbanks run. That was Fox tracks. Yeah, I just saw those.
I was asking you if you saw those fox tracks.
Oh yeah.
He was all in
He was,
here.
yeah, see him right here?
Yeah, these are fox tracks.
Oh, I left the back of the truck open. Dang it.
Little bugger was here.
All right, let's spin around this way. We'll back up to the house. Okay, you have a flashlight right here if you want it.
Awesome.
I'm gonna go in the house, get the generator going, get some lights on, and we'll get unloaded. Hey, Cat. Cat's here. That'll work. How long it works, we will find out. Seems like this winter, or starting off this winter, it's been a lot of generator problems, and we have more generator problems. So we had this one side, did a couple repairs on it. We're heading over to the chicken coop. This is our main generator. This is a Honda 2200 watt. We've had this thing for a couple years, and about a month ago we started bringing it inside at night. So it gets really cold out and it's a lot easier to start this thing if I just bring it in at night, bring it out in the morning. 2 mornings ago, I didn't do that because I didn't feel like walking it all the way over to the cabin, and I counted, it took me 25 pulls to get it going, and then it kept dying because it thought it was low on oil because the oil was so cold, so it did that 6 times. It was like a 5-minute thing out here. So we had it inside, I got it out here. I had to fix the choke, which was a little worn out, but it should be running good now. We have been having a couple problems this past maybe like 2 or 3 weeks with this generator running our cabin. So our cabin has 2 things that take a big load off this generator. One is the well pump, and the second is the oven. It is a propane oven, but when you fire up the actual oven part, it uses quite a bit of electricity. So this one has been tripping, like the overload, it's been dying, it's been shutting off the lights, it's just been giving me some grief. So we went to Fairbanks the other day, and on the ride down, Arielle convinced me that maybe we should get another generator that's a little bit bigger. We ended up picking one up. I'll show you guys that a little bit later, but we brought this one over to the chicken coop because it's a lot more fuel efficient than our Kohler generator, and we have this 6-gallon auxiliary tank right here that I can hook up to this, so this generator, no joke, can run for like a few days straight. We're also over here at the chicken coop, and we got some problems with the coop. So when we first put in our whole solar system in there and did the heater, the inverter stopped working, it threw a code, and then it started working again, which was awesome. And it's been working great for about a month, charging our batteries off the generator, but the inverter went bad again, so it's no longer working. I tried resetting it, I can't get it to work. I'm pretty sure it's done at this point. So to charge our batteries in there, since we're not getting any sun for the solar, I've been using our little 12-volt battery charger for like our truck. It's inside, and I'll show that to you. The problem is that's only a 10-amp charger, and our inverter in there, I think it's like an 80 amp. So this little charger is having a hard time charging up our batteries. So we have to run this generator for a long time to get them juiced up, and that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna start it up, and we'll head inside and take a look at what's going on. Here's the inverter that went bad. We did order not a new inverter charger because they're expensive. We don't really need it. I ended up just getting a charger for in here, a 75 amp one, which will be nice. Here is the battery charger we're using for now. You can see right there, this is only a 10 amp charger, and it just is barely charging these batteries at. You can tell right now we're at 11.7, 11.8. With a little bit of a load on, so we're a little higher than that. All we can do is keep using this, running that generator until we get the new one in, which we ordered in the mail, and it should be here in about a week. Let's head over to the cabin, we'll show you the new generator. I think I'm gonna turn the heat off for him. No, I'm gonna leave the heat running. I'll leave the heat on for him.
What temperature is it?
41. Look at this. I gotta chip that.
Yeah, it's bad.
I gotta chip that ice off the crowbar. It's freezing shut. You may recognize this generator. We've had this one for about 5 years. This is our Kohler. I was having some problems with it over by the chicken coop. I don't know what happened, but I drained the carburetor of the fuel and she fired right up. She's running awesome. We were also having some problems with this running the cabin, and I wanted this one to run the cabin in case we have generator problems. We have a backup, and we always have generator problems. I disconnected this wire down here, which is the ground for the generator. And with these generators, there's bonded and there's neutral floating. I'm not sure what this one is or what I did to it to change it, but I needed to change it. And what ended up working was I took the switch off and I put a jumper wire from the neutral to the ground. And now this one will power the house, and we're actually gonna hook the house up to this one because we're gonna change the oil on the new generator over here. So I said that's a Kohler. That is a Kohler. The inverter part and the electronics is a Kohler, but it actually has a Yamaha engine, and we got a Yamaha generator, and this one's a little bit bigger than the Honda. So this is a 3000, but it's their boost model, so it'll do loads up to 3500 watts, which is awesome. The little Honda only does 2200, and we've got 20 hours on this. I've ran it for about 2 days. Really awesome thing about this generator is it has electric start, so it has a turnkey. It's also got the pull start, but I don't have this in the box now because I want to test how cold this thing will run, and so far it's been awesome. It was -10 Fahrenheit this morning, and this thing fired right up. It's also extremely quiet. Check it out. I'll put it on the eco mode, which is what we've been using. Let's see, I don't think I need to choke it.
I haven't been out here yet. It's so quiet.
So it's just extremely quiet, and then once it gets really cold and we put it in the box, it's gonna be even quieter. So I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna plug in the Kohler to the house. and we'll let that run for a little bit, make sure the Kohler's running good, and then we'll change the oil in this thing. And I think we'll run it another 100 hours before we have to change the oil. And 100 hours we go through extremely fast. Sometimes we can do that in like a week. It might be, but the only thing about this generator is it's 150 pounds.
Yeah, that's the con.
Okay, so fortunately I can't even lift that. Okay, let's get this one. 5 pulls. That should work.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was extremely quiet. I'd say that's the biggest plus.
Yeah, I mean,
and the worst is that it's heavy.
stick this in somewhere and warm it up. It's really hard. Okay, we need a 12mm wrench. I already took this little plug out, so now if you loosen that, all the oil from right here, you gotta come in there somehow. All the oil will fall into there. Nice clean oil still.
Whoa,
That's good.
check that out. How long do you think it's been? 20 hours?
You want to hand me a paper towel, please? When you're working with generators in this size range, like smaller ones, they don't have a oil filter, which will filter the oil and keep it cleaner. That's why you need to change the oil so often in these, and it's really important that you do it. And I've experimented with all different kinds of oil with these things for the cold weather. Currently in the Honda, I'm using like the most expensive oil you can get, which is Royal Purple. I wanted to see if it would work really well in the cold weather. Turns out it doesn't, so it doesn't work any better than the other ones I've been using. And they recommended at the Yamaha shop I try this Yamalube 0W40 for cold weather. We'll give it a go. I think this stuff is about 18 bucks a quart up here, and this will do about 1.5 oil changes. So let's get the plug back in, get the oil in her. That's been outside.
Oh, that's the real test.
And it's -10, so it's...
It looks thin.
That's not thin at all. That's thick. That's like the thickest oil I've ever seen. Look at that, it's not even draining through the... Look, it's still in there. I hope they didn't scan me.
It didn't scam you.
I'm just saying, that's like the thickest oil I've ever seen.
Maybe there's some magic to it, hon. You just have to trust in it.
Keep it inside. I'm gonna bring this inside and heat it up. We're gonna be here forever. Oh my God, that cold just got me in the throat. We have thinned out our oil. I left it inside for about half an hour and it's really moving around there now. And I was reading this, since this is like Yamaha's cold weather oil, it says easy startups in extreme cold weather down to -60 Fahrenheit. We will test this out and we will see what happens. But let's get this generator topped off. Oh yeah, see that? See how it's just rolling right down there? That's nice thin oil. You want to live off grid in Alaska? Get 5 generators. I'm telling you right now.
Get 25. You'll be better off.
You'll use them. You'll use them. Good to go.
Sounds like it's already in a box. It's amazing.
It's not even eco mode right now.
What?
Yeah, it's not warm. It'll kick down to eco mode when it gets warm. Do 12.2.
Oh, I bet you the chickens like the heat.
I don't remember what happened because this was... What must have just left it on?
$34 degrees? Yeah, right. Put a negative.
We went through some cold weather yesterday. It got down to -35 Fahrenheit, and I decided, since we're running our generator on the house so much, I was gonna hook an extension cord from the generator over here all the way over to the chicken coop to charge up the chicken coop batteries, and my extension cord's broke. So this is probably the worst one. And the casing on it was just so brittle. When I went to unroll them, it just snapped. This one I've already fixed with some electrical tape. That one broke 3 times, but I'm gonna get this one fixed up now that I've got them inside and they're pliable, and I'll be able to hook up the chicken coop to the generator over here. On the bright side, it has warmed up to 0 today, which is quite a big difference. It feels like summertime out there.
Good morning. It is 1 week away from the official start of winter. Eric and I are headed out to do the chickens. He usually tackles that, but he postponed it a little bit this morning so I could attend. And when I woke up, it said -30 on here. I don't know if that's right. It obviously says -27 now, and we're just gonna check the temperatures on our various thermometers on our way out. So we've got some soaked feed, and we have our hot water for them. Something Eric added recently was some foam to the cat door because the cat's not using it, and it's been like completely frozen shut for a few months now, and it was letting in a tremendous amount of cold air. So you can actually like see the cold air coming in. You can see the air exchange. Anytime you open this door when it's that cold out, you can see the air, the hot air from inside go outside and the cold air just rushing inside. It's kind of weird. This is our second really cold snap, but I don't know, it just doesn't really feel as cold as it says it is. And then when it warms up, it also doesn't feel that cold. It's definitely not like t-shirt weather or anything, but it's eerie. Once it's really, really cold and it is warmer, it feels a lot different. Oh, my nose hairs are freezing now. It seems fairly accurate, -24. There we go. 48 degrees. A little bit steamy in there. It's 48 degrees. Eric's had the heater on, I think like all day yesterday and into the night. So we're not going to bring the camera in there because it'll fog up, but it's been really nice having that generator hooked up to this, because we can just run it kind of pretty much all the time now for the chickens. Okay, fresh clean water. We're gonna get that back in there for them and return indoors. We made it to the official start of winter. It is winter solstice today. That means that the shortest day is behind us, but we still have cold weather up ahead. So we predict that we're coming into the coldest part of the season, which is January. It actually has been a fairly mild winter so far. Eric keeps joking with me that it's not even winter yet, but he can't say that anymore because it definitely is winter now. And when I say it's mild, it's still extreme, but I'm just referring to like past winters. We've already hit -30 a few times, and there's been stretches where we don't get above 0, sometimes even for a few weeks. This time of the year is one of my favorites because even though you don't get a lot of light, you definitely get spectacular scenery, winter wonderland with all the cold weather.
We're about to head out on a trip, and a week ago we went on another overnight camping trip, and we were using our heater. This is a propane heater. It has been extremely reliable and just a necessity for us for the past like 2.5 years. But unfortunately on that trip, something happened and it shut off. and it's cold. The house got down to about 40 degrees. Luckily, we came back and we were able to get a fire going and get the house warmed up. No damage done, but like I said, we're leaving again, and it's gonna be a lot colder. They're calling for -20 in the next couple days, so I wanna make sure this thing's working good for us. We are going to take off this front cover, and we're gonna clean where the pilot light is, and that's about the only thing I could find in the manual troubleshooting these things, why it would shut off. Another reason is low oxygen. This house is sealed off really tight. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave it closer to our front door where we have our cat door. Make sure there's enough oxygen going in there. Okay, so supposedly you gotta clean in here. I mean, but it looks pretty clean, so. We're gonna get the heater fired up, make sure she's working, and the way this thing works is it has a pilot light down there on the bottom that I'm trying to light right now. It takes a second when you first hook it up to the propane tank. Still not there yet. And then it has a built-in thermostat, so it has 5 levels. We usually always leave it at level 1. Last time we used it, we did leave it at level 2. So I think I'm just gonna put it on level 1 this time, and that'll keep the house usually around 50 degrees, which is perfect.
Okay, we just got back from our trip. We're gonna head inside and see if the heater is on. Hopefully it still is. Let's hope. It seems warm.
It's on.
Yay! Pepper!
It's 51 degrees in here.
It's on,
The
Dave.
heater worked. It is very low on gas, so it was running the whole time. Let's get a fire started.
And the diesel heater's on too, huh?
And we're gonna go check the coop.
Well, I don't
It's
see.
not on.
I don't
just
see
went
frost.
off. Their windows are unthawed. Like it's extreme. I bet it's like 60 in there.
It's
if
been
still
warm in
going.
there.
The max outside it's saying is -41.
That's probably when we were like sleeping one night or something.
That's really cold. Did it get really cold when we were gone?
I bet that corner's real cold now, huh?
Yeah, let's let these all just. "54 degrees.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. It was wet in here. Should I count them?
Sure.
46, 65, 66, 67, 68 eggs. And I think that's it. Oh, no. What did I say, 68?
Yeah.
69.
But did you count the ones on the ground too?
Yeah.
That's
69.
a lot of eggs, girls.
Where's number 70, ladies? Come on, you did that much? Oh, well, I mean, they've still got plenty of juice. You can still rest for a few more days. That's the gas. That's the gas left after 3 days.
You actually have gas left.
More than 3 days, because we left earlier than this. 3.5 almost.
Almost 4, yeah.
So you could go 4 days on one of those.
Level 1?
Level 1. Things are getting cold around here, so we've noticed a lot of frost creeping into the house. We've had it at the front door, we've had it in the cabinet in the kitchen, and some of the windows are freezing up. And we went to get some sweatshirts out of our little closet we have over here, and we noticed that in this back corner, a lot of them were like frozen solid. It's not too big of a deal, but it's something we want to address today. So what we're going to do is I have these rubber pieces of stall mat. I've got them cut into 2 strips. I'm going to try to wedge them underneath this little closet here, and also I think I'm going to bring it away from the wall a little bit, see if we can get some warm air to start circulating, and our clothes won't be frozen. So all these were fine. See, you can start to see the water right there.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too.
And it melted. See, look at that. Completely frozen. That's actually pretty frozen.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I like that flannel.
That's mainly your
I haven't worn that in a long time.
Sweaters down there.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that.
Let me pull this forward.
Hey, there's an earplug.
I saw that.
Oh man, that's icy.
Little project today, the Tundra, which we like to drive quite often, hasn't been driven in a few weeks because the heater blower motor went out. And it took me a few weeks to get it in the mail. I just got it, so let's get her put in. So it looks like, okay. Oh, so it looks like I've replaced this thing before. I have. Oh. Oh, this one doesn't work anymore. Say she works. Looks like the new heater works, and a plus is it's very quiet. For some reason, ever since we've owned this truck, the heater has been extremely loud, and I did try to drive this truck a few times in extreme cold. I think it was like -10, -15 with no heater. It's not fun. So like I said, we haven't started it in a couple weeks. Let's see how she does. Fires right up. Okay, let me bolt this in and then we're good to go. It's going. How did the flint fall out? Okay, well that's broken.
The thermometer works again.
What does it say it is?
Well, it says it's 0, and I think it's 0.
Yeah.
I thought it was broken.
Nice out the heat though.
While the truck's running, we're gonna take the dog out. It's the perfect temperature. It warmed up to 0 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's hop on.
Midway through January, it is currently -12 outside, and I've got a rope hooked to the back of the Scandic that goes over the top of the roof. We're doing some snow removal today, and we've also noticed that our chimney cap is suiting up really bad with creosote. So we gotta get there and check it out. I tried to step up on that roof. It is very, very slick. So I'm gonna climb over, up on the ladder. We're also gonna get some snow removed off the front porch section of the roof, and we're gonna check out the chimney, see if there's anything we can do. This should. Okay. I'm going freestyle. Just gonna hold on to the rope. Yeah, I've got some ice right here, so what is going? Oh, it's like screwed into it. Oh gosh, this is slippery. Okay, this is. Oh, we're fine. It's just, man, it smells like really good barbecue up here. No, it looks good. This cap's actually screwed in right here, all the way around it. But what actually, the chimney's actually clean. So, we're good. Cut down the roof. Keep going, keep going, it might go.
What?
Didn't go.
I did the whole roof. It was at the bottom.
shoot. Oh, jeez. Probably just saved someone's life, huh?
There we go. Okay, be careful.
Stand underneath it real quick.
Yeah, all you have is that side. Try over this way a little more. Oh, there, you got it.
Is that all of it?
Yeah, but that's so weird that it came off on the back, but not the front.
I get it, yeah.
Maybe should we like try to heat it up a little warmer in here? I mean, it's already 80. What's that?
I got on full blast, so.
That's 100. That's 120 degree difference.
Start it.
See if it goes.
Woke up this morning to our coldest morning, negative 42.7 Fahrenheit. So we're very cold, and the Yamaha generator, our big new one, it fired up. Took about 15 seconds to finally crank over, but for some reason it's not producing AC power. So the motor's running, but it's not letting us power the house. Brought that generator in, which is extremely heavy, plus our Kohler, and we fired up the Kohler. We've got power for now.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Just got back from a trip, and before we left we had some extreme colds, about 40 below, and our main generator was having some issues. We weren't getting any AC power for some reason. Did a bunch of troubleshooting, I couldn't figure it out, so we ended up using our second generator, which wasn't working, and then we finally went to the little Honda, which got us by for a little bit. But right before we left, I figured this one out. I did some research online, and apparently, I don't know if it was because of the cold or what, the actual generator part in here lost its charge, I believe is what they say. And to recharge it, you can do it with different things. I used a piece of like an extension cord from an old lamp. And what I did was I had the generator running, and I plugged this in to the plug, and then I took these and a 12-volt battery, and I put it on the negative and the positive, and it immediately like recharged the generator. And then the AC power worked. So let's fire her up and let's see if we got power still. Back in business for now until we get this next cold weather, and in the meantime, I still got to fix our second generator. That one, for some reason, the outlet blew out on it. But we're good to go for now.
Well, we may have spoke too soon. We've got another generator sitting next to us by the fireplace. The generator's not working correctly at all once we got inside the house. So we don't have any hot water or electricity to the chicken coop. We'll get back to you when we figure out what's going on. It's mid-January. Actually, it's late January. I suspected something like this would happen. And usually the theme of our channel is problems with generators, so it doesn't surprise me. your stuff on. I know, dude. 2 jacks, kind of. Alright, it's just after sundown and we're taking the dogs on a quick walk. It's -18 out. I have to get them all geared up for these types of temperatures. Eric's doing a little bit of grooming since we got some snow recently. That kind of helps the dogs with their paws. And sometimes I can even get away without putting their boots on, but otherwise it's a little bit of a hassle, and I'm pretty sure that they do not like it as much as I don't like having to put all their gear on them. But that's just the way it is. Our dogs are not acclimated very well to Alaska, and they're not really the right breeds anyway. So we're gonna take them on a short walk. Handsome. Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Do you remember yesterday? I almost lost them. They almost fell off. Can I have that paw? Can I have that paw? Hey. Hey. It's fine. You're fine. What? It looks nice out here.
What's that?
I said, did you get done what you want to get done?
Yeah, pretty much.
It looks nice.
I know.
Did you do the driveway?
I did.
Cool.
Good to go.
Grab your friends.
What? We haven't been doing a lot of plowing this winter, and I think it's for a few different reasons, but one of them is our snow's a lot different here. It's a lot more like powder, and we don't get a lot of snow here compared to where we used to live. So snow removal here consists of us kind of just having fun, hooking up the sled to the snow machine and riding around the property, and we pack it in. And our driveway looks really good, and we have not plowed or snow blowed our driveway at all this whole winter. So it's working out pretty good. I think we'll go the whole entire winter. Oh no, we lost the boot.
Oh no! You gotta go back. You gotta go back and get it because his front one hurts. Well, sometimes we don't even make it this far, but today we got to the end of the driveway, which is pretty nice. And it's been pretty cold during the day. I think today was, what was it, Eric?
-24 and -20.
-20s. So usually we try to get out when it's a little bit sunnier during the day for the dogs, but we were pretty busy today. Come on, Bo. I think I'm gonna take his boots off. This is struggling. You're gonna make his front
He's
paws.
so light. He weighs like a pound. He could balance like that.
You
No
gotta
problem.
get those front ones for him, hon. You don't want to get his front ones for him?
His front's where all the weight is.
I think that's the fur getting trapped. Is trapping that snow.
Come on, Bo. Oh, look at him now.
He's a bullet.
Really moving.
Get him, Bo.
The difference between a regular extension cord, which is this one, and an Arctic rated extension cord. So it's about -30 Fahrenheit today, and this is what happens to a regular one. Completely snaps. This one actually snapped so bad. Yeah, it snapped the wires completely, and the coating on the wires, and the wires are actually touching. So this extension cord wasn't working. It's a pretty old one anyways. This is one I picked up on sale. This is an Arctic rated extension cord. Check out how cool this is. It's like rubber. This one said it was rated to like -60 Fahrenheit. So hopefully we never get there. Early February, and we have to wait patiently for our coffee this morning because we're cooking it on the wood stove. It is -58 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and our propane is frozen. So we have no propane on the stove. We're doing coffee the slow way this morning. Okay, so we decided to leave the hatch open last night
Sometimes we'll do that if it's gonna be really cold. We didn't know it was gonna be that cold. And I think it was like 36 when Eric opened it. It warmed up a little bit last night, but then it dropped back down to 37. So that's actually perfect. We have milk down there, but we don't want it to get much colder than that. So we're gonna leave the hatch off all day. We felt it was appropriate to record the temperature. So we've been recording the high and the low for about 5 weeks. It's actually been fairly cold for at least 6 weeks. We've had just a few days where we were above 0. Most of our days are in the sub temperatures. And even though we're starting off February really cold, I think that we are supposed to start to warm up a little bit.
It lit. We have propane again. It's still 58 below, but the sun came out. I'm pretty sure it hit like the regulator or the propane tank out there and warmed it up enough to start. See that right there?
Yeah, I already saw all that.
That's oil. I
That's
believe
like
it's
all
leaking
good.
underneath there.
All right, guys, February is off to a rough start. Up until yesterday, I probably would have said we went through this winter unscathed. Things have broken. Nothing's really been that bad, honestly, at all. It's been a pretty warmer winter, although we did just come back from a pretty cold period. You know, we've yet to pick up our big main blue Yamaha generator from the shop. We had to end up taking it in. Everything else has been fine around here since it's warmed up. You know, still sub-zero, but not anywhere near as cold. But unfortunately, we came back from a trip a little over 2 weeks ago, and we noticed that Bo was not doing well on that trip, and we noticed he wasn't doing well when he got back from the trip. So we made the decision yesterday to drive all the way to Fairbanks and take him to the vet. And we came to the decision at the vet that it would be best to proceed without Bo. So neither of us really saw that coming. In about 4 years back, we lost our cat in the winter months, and you know, Bo actually really likes the winter months, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. I know our cat didn't like to go outside, but you know, we're coming into spring and we're really just excited about it. We're ecstatic. We have a lot of plans. We've been outside working on things, and I think this just kind of caught me off guard. He seemed like he was doing really well, so it's a little bit rough around here, and we just didn't see that one coming. Obviously, our energy right now is going to be on the animals that we still have remaining. On that trip back from Fairbanks yesterday, Eric noticed a bunch of oil spewing from the motor on our black Tundra, so that's never a good sign. He's looked into it, and he thinks he's gonna wait till it warms up and see if he can figure out what's going on. He's taking Bandit on a walk now. But I guess just this whole concept of us going through winter up here for our 6th winter, it was really meant to be kind of fun and show you what happens. Things do break and there are troubles. And honestly, the worst case scenario is always you die. And the loss of life is just that. So that's the worst thing that could happen. And it did happen, which is sad. I'm sure the motor will be fine on our truck, and we will keep on chugging along around here and let you know how the rest of the month goes.
See it?
It's broken.
It's like hard too. This is supposed to be like a kind of soft rubber so it seals. Well, we finally figured out the problem with the Tundra. It had a valve cover gasket that went bad, and I'm out here fixing it today with this warm weather. It's about 16 degrees. And right here where I saw it leaking in the truck, the gasket was unattached from itself. So it cracked. Let's pull this out real quick and let's really see that. Yeah, look at that. These gaskets are supposed to be like rubber, and this one, I mean, the truck's got 300,000 miles on it, so I can't blame it, but it did go when we had some extreme cold, so I gotta get this whole thing cleaned up. I started on the side where the leak was, but I'm gonna do both sides while we're in there. So the kit came with the gasket around the outside. It has some gaskets around the spark plugs. It's got some washers. It's got all kinds of good stuff. We'll put these in. Hopefully I get it done this evening, and we'll do an oil change on the Tundra, and hopefully we'll have our other Tundra back on the road. Well, that's that. Not too bad of a job. Oh, look at this. Look at this. My glove is actually frozen to the truck. It was a little hard because it's cold out here, but I got them both done. I haven't changed the oil in the truck yet. It's just too cold working out here. I'm feeling pretty frigid, but we're gonna start it up and we're gonna see if there's any leaks. Fingers crossed. Okay, well, it's not leaking where it was leaking before, so that's good so far. There's all the oil down there. This side looks good. Check the other side. Yeah, I think we did it. Awesome. Okay. I gotta unload all this stuff. Okay. Well, we finally got the generator back. It took, I think, about 3 weeks from when we dropped it off until we got it, and supposedly they got it running good. Turned out to be kind of an odd problem to them, what they said at least, and it was, I guess, the whole control board. So something to do with the electronics. They had to swap out the piece. Luckily, it was under warranty because they told me that that part costs about $1,300 if you have to pay for it. We didn't have to pay anything considering that the generator is only got about a month of use on it. So let's get her unloaded. She's about 150 pounds and we'll haul her back over to where we need her.
You didn't tell me that part, Eric.
I might as well start her up and see if she runs, right?
I'm not even gonna say anything. I'm sorry.
What's going on here? Probably because the gas was off, I'm guessing.
She sounds good.
Sounds good. Let's see. Got AC power. Awesome, back in business, and I will mention that the Honda generator, it really pulled through for us. We've been running it for 3 weeks. It's been really good after I gave it a very deep cleaning in the carburetor. It is a little underpowered for this cabin, but we made it happen. Glad to have the Yamaha back.
Well, it's here. We officially made it to spring in Alaska. Believe it or not, we survived another winter. It's actually a few days past the official spring equinox. We just came back from a trip picking up a whole bunch of supplies for the garden that we're going to be working on this year. Eric and I have been very busy around here, just doing a bunch of spring planning, summer planning, and already starting to tap into projects. We just got some manure today, which is awesome, and Eric's over in the Quonset hut. We've been trying to jumpstart that project too. Lots of exciting things happening around here, and all the signs of spring are definitely in the air. So it's warmer, of course. You have that sun that's just like blinding you with all of the snow on the ground still. I think it's a little bit of an early breakup, I'm gonna call it here. We're not officially into the breakup yet, but the snow is starting to compact and melt. We hit above freezing probably a week ago, and we have just consistently been like above freezing. It does get cool back at night, but it feels like we kind of just jumped right into spring, and I already felt like it was spring a few weeks back, and you kind of can sense it. And anytime it's spring, I pretty much just jump to the conclusion that it's summer. It's an amazing time here. I can't really explain it, but I think it's like all the stuff that you know is coming up, the season that you know is coming. There's snow buntings up here. They make the coolest sound. Another sign of spring. Pepper's actually out here today, the cat, because she also sees the birds that have returned. I'll probably sit here and try and convince you that winter wasn't that hard, but that would probably not be the truth. All right, that was our 6th winter that we went through, and like right now, we're not even thinking about winter. We are only just thinking about the future. Just super thrilled about the stuff we have coming up. But winters are challenging here. There's a physical demand in the lifestyle that Eric and I lead, but there's more of a psychological demand, or challenge, shall I say. Definitely that is a lot harder. I don't know if that really comes off on camera or not, but we obviously love living here. We love going outdoors. So winter is really an awesome time of the year, but if you can get through winter and enjoy it, there's just this like opposite the summer. It's just so fantastic. I really have no other way to describe summer in Alaska. And the longer you live here, I think you just really look forward to those few months that we have. But we did it, and spring is definitely here. The chickens, I could hear them squawking over there. They've been coming out in the high tunnel. And at this time of the year, we're just gonna be shifting everything, back outside, spending our time out here. And before I forget, I picked this location because I was hoping to tell you that our bees made it through winter. Sadly, they did not, and we've been keeping bees for a few years, so we always know there's a pretty high chance they're not gonna make it. I don't know, I just haven't honed it in that well. And if you look into beekeeping here, I think even other places, it's very challenging, especially with the length of our winters. They were really strong up until probably like mid-February. It seems like they just kind of faded out. Usually if you can get them to March, that means they're gonna pull through, but we didn't get that close. So I'm gonna have to get out here and clean this up. And I just wanted to end on saying thank you to the folks that reached out and asked about Bo, who passed away this winter, not that long ago actually. A lot of you wanted to know how Bandit was doing, and Bandit is doing pretty good now. I think that he really likes the summer. He's a sun dog, so he's from the south, and he would appreciate just swamp life every day and sitting in the sun. So he's a solar pup. And Bo and Bandit weren't necessarily like snuggly dogs with each other, but they definitely were best buds, and we've had them both for the majority of their lives. So I don't know, he's doing good now, but he obviously is smart enough to realize that Bo was gone immediately. So thank you again for reaching out and just checking in on us and checking in on him, and we're going to carry through and move forward. We've got a lot to do. It's going to be a really fun summer.